ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to another episode of Touring Canada on a cruise ship. Do you know where Prince Edward Island is? You probably don't, unless you're Canadian, and most of my demographic is from America, so watch this video to find out. In this episode, we explore Charlottetown, the capital of Prince Edward Island, and you get another view into what the life of a cruise ship photographer is. By that, I mean how exhausted I was at the end of my contract. Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to my life. My name is Josh Chilton. I'm a Canadian artist and former photographer for NCL, and this is my journey. Hi. It is Saturday, September 9th, about 12 o'clock right now. We are in Charlottetown, the capital of Prince Edward Island, Canada's smallest province. I just got off today being the crab. Crab, as always, I'm really tired. It's getting to that point in the contract that I'm pretty beat. But there's a church outside, and we all know how much I love churches. So I'm gonna go outside and I'm gonna vlog a bit for this. I don't know if this will be part of another video or its own short video, because I don't know how I'm editing these. I've just got 6 months worth of footage that is all being edited at the end of my contract. But we're gonna go see what Charlottetown has to offer, and I'm gonna take some pictures of the church and do my laundry today and then go back and sleep. That's the game. Okay, so here we are, Charlottetown. See the cruise terminal behind me. There's not a lot to see by the looks of things immediately outside the port. Again, Charlottetown is the largest city and capital of Prince Edward Island, Canada's smallest province. Prince Edward Island has the longest single stretch of highway connecting it to the mainland. It's the longest bridge in the country, or possibly the world. Everything I said is true, except it has nothing to do with Prince Edward Island. I must have just been tired and confused during this. Prince Edward Island does not have the largest bridge in the world. I think it is slightly curved. Otherwise, bridges over the ocean are typically curved to keep drivers awake, even though there are lots of straight roads over prairies and flatlands that people fall asleep on. Excuse me being exhausted and mixing up my information. And it's also part of the world's largest circle. It's slightly curved, because if people are just in a straight line, they fall asleep. And so it's got to be slightly curved to keep you awake while you're driving across the ocean. But I am basically here for one thing. It's to take a look at this church that you can see from there, and maybe see some of the other sites. And then I'm going to be done, because again, I'm really tired. So I mostly just did laundry and cleaned my room a bit today, and I'll do garbage when I get back. But let's go check out what Charlottetown has to offer.
She's a little bit crazy on the weekends, dancing in her dress, and I love the way she looks in my eyes. And I'm feeling like midnight's getting closer, and I just wanna hold her in my arms till the sun comes up. She's a little bit country, yeah, she's my country girl. She's a little bit country, yeah, she's my country girl. Guitar. Yeah. All right. Wouldn't lie to you. Doesn't matter what I do. She's got a hold on me.
Naturally, they have cows here. Same thing as Halifax. Cows is like a Atlantic Canada ice cream brand, but they sort of market themselves as being local. So in here we have like PEI's best ice cream, but it's the same in Halifax and some of the Atlantic cities that I've seen. I'll try to point them out if I see any more cows in the future. Still on the lookout for that church. I can vaguely see it on the horizon. I just keep getting distracted by seeing some of the other things and trying to get cool shots of the ship and stuff. We're almost there, though. Okay, so we're here. That's the church. One of the, I guess it's a historical statue here. It's about as Canadian as it gets. We've got maple trees lining down the sidewalks, historical architecture, important buildings. We've got government buildings behind us. It's a really cool area. It's obviously a popular tourist spot, and you see people walking down here from pretty much all sides. I think we ought to go inside the church and see what that's like.
This is St. Dunstan's Cathedral Basilica. St. Dunstan's is the spiritual center of Catholicism on Prince Edward Island. Built between 1897 and 1907, it was severely damaged by fire in 1913. St. Dunstan's Cathedral was elevated to the status of basilica in 1929. For a church to be classified as a cathedral, it must be the seat of the bishop for that region, called a cathedra. A basilica is a title appointed by the Pope, traditionally due to historic, architectural, or spiritual significance. St. Dunstan's certainly meets all three. It is an amazing example of the Victorian Gothic style in Canadian architecture and stands as a monument for Charlottetown on Prince Edward Island. I want to talk about this amphibious boat vehicle for a second. Built by Bishop Augustus Bernard in 1812, it was used to navigate around the island as a sled, a boat, and a carriage. It can move over land, ice, sea in the summer and winter, all to protect the valuable resources needed to conduct mass across the island. It's an example of a man being so dedicated to a cause and an ingenious use of the technologies available at that time. So just something really cool that I was able to learn about at my time on Prince Edward Island.
Well, that was very exciting. I expect I'm going to do most of that in voiceover. It's got a very solemn presence. Everyone's quiet. You hear like a pin drop from across the cathedral, basilica, I suppose. I'm probably going to do all the Prince Edward Island stuff in one vlog and stitch them together over a series of days. So I'll consider this vlog section part 1. I know there's other churches and things to see here, but I'm still tired, so I'm going to sleep. But that was my church adventures for today. And we're back in Charlottetown, week 2, or I suppose it's week 3 of the Canadian tour because they're 2-part trips. It is seeming like a much nicer day, much less windy. You can see our bird props in the background are down. They're not up in the air and flying around like cute little dragons. The air seems a little bit clearer maybe. I feel like I can see more of the actual town. So it's looking out to be a nice day. I was hoping for this to be a more energetic and entertaining entrance, but I'm still exhausted. So it's gonna be about the same energy level as the next clip, or as the last clip, but hopefully we'll have more to show for what Prince Edward Island is like. Let's begin. sweet Carol ordered the wrong thing. She wanted delicious hot chocolate and ordered chocolate milk. Despite me talking about it on the menu and ordering hot chocolate myself, she still thought that this is this.
Got confused.
Spanish.
Español. The
Allegedly, the confusion comes from how hot chocolate is made in Colombia, where she's from, that you would boil a pot of milk on the stove and add chocolate to it, not boil a kettle of water and add our synthetic chocolate powder to it, which is how hot chocolate is often made in Canada. And so she's like, why would you want chocolate water? I drink warm chocolate milk, as a direct translation from Espanol, from Spanish. Simple mistake. The funniest part about all of it is that she didn't return it. She didn't say, oh, my confusion, this isn't what I want. She just sat there and sadly drank the chocolate milk while I had the product she actually wanted and refused to return it, which is just mind-blowing to me. All right, well, breakfast is done. I picked the wrong item to eat. Apparently, 2 pieces of bread and a couple slices of bacon constitutes a sandwich, but whatever. We're gonna move on and see what the rest of Charlottetown has to show us. Lost. Well, we're not actually lost because you can like eternally see the ship in the background. Eternally on the horizon. But we're looking for a nice little grassy patch and she can't decide where we're going. I just want to record you talking. Please tell me about your skirts. You don't want to bring your skirts into the washing machine. Why?
because they have different force, different speed, so they can just damage. They can just broke. And you're just making fun of my English.
No, I think it's really
my
cute.
Problems.
I think what you're saying is cute. You're like, no,
It's whitey problems.
my poor skirts.
It's whitey problems. I am just crying about my skirt and my socks. My son doesn't have any problem.
It's just a fabric tube.
Yeah. And I could detangle it, but now it's and it's bigger now. It doesn't look like a sock even on the size. Now I can put it here like a glove.
It's a glove.
Yeah.
You've turned a sock into a glove.
Yeah. Kind of.
Kind of dead, so
Now there's a monkey.
Are you recording me climbing a tree?
I'm doing it. Yep, he's a monkey now. That happens with hyperforce.
Ready to get going now? Look, I need to climb trees. I haven't had much good tree climbing. Back up.
What? No.
No, you're good. Okay, that's all for today. Tree climbing escapades and all that done. We're heading back to the ship. Again, not that much, really. Charlottetown seems nice. Maybe a bit expensive because it's touristy, but I don't have the time to really deep dive into some of these places and talk about the history and do the kinds of vlogging that I actually want to do because I'm so limited on time, resources, and energy. But it's nice to be able to see a little bit more of the Canadian side of things. Owls. Anyway, I expect that's all for the Charlottetown vlog. But thank you everybody so much for watching if you enjoyed all that garbage. Anyway, I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.